Okay, so my name is Silvia Belviso and I'm from Italy, and I've been painting all my life, and I started when I was really young. Actually, I discovered this passion for art when I was a very small kid, probably 5 or 6 years old. So I always loved to draw, and it's something that I can't live without. That's for sure. I'm very happy to welcome you in my exhibition here. The title is La Magia della Natura, the magic of nature. Enjoy. Experiment, and I mix the techniques sometimes, very often actually. Like in this painting, for example, I've been using different mediums, which are oil and acrylic, and different tools too. So what I used here, obviously I used some brushes, like traditional brushes, but also palette knives and airbrush. That's one of the tools that I like in particular, and you see that in a lot of my paintings actually. In this painting, for example, I'm able to create this kind of detail here just by scratching actually. So here, the white that you see in this painting is not paint, is just the white of the board in this case. Okay, like here in this painting, you can see the same technique. I've been scratching, but also I created the depth of this animal by adding different layers of paint and then scratching again. So this is the process I use to have this kind of result. So everything you see here is scratched, but all these parts here, they are out of focus. These are all freehand, so they're painting. Okay, these kittens are something new, some more probably contemporary, but the technique is the same. So it's scratched like I did the other ones. So every time I make a painting like that with the fur, that's the technique I use, and so I create different layers again, and I scratch a lot. In this painting you can see a mixture of techniques. This is still airbrush, but I also used some brush to create some details, and you can see the scratch technique here. So every time you see this white hair, usually it's scratched. So this is the white of the board or the white of the canvas, and all the rest is just built by different layers, out of focus or not. It depends obviously on the part I'm painting. So in this painting I also used the same tool, and but you can see the difference between the bottom here that is very soft, and the rest of the painting that is very detailed, and the edges are really hard actually. So I'm able to do this because I use different techniques obviously. So all the stuff that you see are out of focus, they are all freehand. So I basically paint normally with the airbrush without any help or any scratching or anything like that. To create these hard edges, I basically use some piece of paper, and because the airbrush has a lot of overspray, so I have to basically protect the part that I don't need to paint to be able to achieve these hard edges. Okay, so these are other paintings that I I made, and this is a very different technique from the other paints that you've seen before. This is oil paint on canvas, but here, obviously they're not very realistic, but it was intentional because this is kind of an impressionistic technique. And here I used a lot of palette knife and brushes to create this sense of movement in my paintings. So I feel very lucky because I'm in Charleston right now, and this city is so beautiful, and I'm surrounded by art everywhere, and all these beautiful art galleries, and obviously the Dare Gallery it's awesome, it's the best. So I'm really honored and happy to be part of it.